Hey guys, it's Meredith from Live a Bit Better, and today we're going to be talking about our favorite organic Honey Nut Cheerios. So when we decided to switch our family over to organic, to make it simple and not overwhelming, we chose one thing at a time, and we decided to start with breakfast cereals, and specifically with Honey Nut Cheerios because that was one of the top favorites that we eat in our family. So in order to switch to organic, I knew I had to find one that my children would still eat and love. So we went through several brands and we did kind of find our favorite, but just to make sure, today we did a blind test with my children as well as some of my nieces and nephews to see which was the favorite. Okay, so we have 4 different kinds of organic Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios. And we are doing a blind taste test with the kids to see which is the favorite one. Take a few.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay, chew those up. Okay, so our rating system will be on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being that was disgusting and I never want to eat it again, and 5 being that was so yummy I want to eat it every day. Okay, so Anthony, what is your rating on that?
3.
A 3. Okay. Emery.
4.
4.
Probably a 3.
Kate.
0. What?
Okay. All right. Number 2. Okay, Anthony, what do you rate that one?
I would say 5.
5. Okay.
5.
5.
5.
5. 5.
Wow.
0. Nothing. I would say 3.
3.
Probably say another 5.
Okay.
2.
2.
A 3.
3.
A 0.
Okay. All right, last one.
A 1.
1.
1.
1.
0.
A 3.
3.
0.
The winner was orange.
Believe it or not, the winner, which was already the winner that our family had chosen, is this Great Value brand. It's Walmart's brand, store brand of Honey Nut Cheerios, and this scored the best by all of the kids, straight across the board. So this one probably, I agree, tastes the most similar to General Mills Honey Nut Cheerios. Second place was actually Cascadian Farms Honey Nut O's. And these ones were interesting because this is the first one that I bought when we started to switch to organic, because Cascadian Farms is owned by General Mills. And it is essentially their organic line of cereals. And so they have a lot of different cereals that mimic their original cereals like Honey Nut Cheerios, but in organic form. So I was sure that this would be the closest one and taste exactly the same, but it doesn't. This one actually is kind of my husband and my favorite. It has a little bit of salt in there to balance out the sweetness. It's not as sweet to us. And we really like this, but our kids, this one's a little bit sweeter tasting, so they all like it. But interestingly, this actually has less sugar. This one has 9 grams of sugar and this one has 11. So these were our top 2 favorites. The others that we tried were the Whole Foods line of their organic cereals, and this one probably came in 3rd place. Some of the kids liked it, some of them didn't. This one also has 11 grams of sugar, and I will say that most of the other store brands that I found that were the cheaper brands, most of them tasted really stale. Like, we've tried the Simple Truth, that's Smith's store brand of their organic Honey Nut Cheerios, and we bought them. When we first opened them, I thought, these are stale. That's how they tasted, but they're still within the expiration date. And then the same thing when I bought one from our local grocery store here, and I think it's like Food Club or whatever, the Western Family, Full Circle, something, one of their brands, and it also tasted very stale. So interesting enough, this one doesn't taste stale, but it was not a favorite. And the final one we did was Kashi. So this one scored the very lowest by our kids. I think it's because it has a little bit thicker texture to it. It's a little bit sponge-like when you get milk on it. And the kids just didn't really like this as much. And another disclaimer is that this is an older box because my kids didn't quite finish it because they didn't love it. And so it is a little bit stale. Just on our shelf. It wasn't when we bought it. But I think they're good. I have a teenage niece who's part of our panel, and she actually didn't hate this one. It wasn't her favorite, but she didn't hate it. And Jake and I don't really hate this one either. It's got the lowest amount of sugar at 5 grams of all the cereals. I think just the different texture and that it's not as sweet made the other kids not love it. So there you have it. That's what we found for our Honey Nut Cheerios. So our winner was Walmart's Great Value Honey Nut Cheerios. And if any of you guys have other cereals, other Honey Nut Cheerios out there of a different brand that I didn't mention, please let me know. If it's your favorite, we would love to try it out. So thanks for tuning in.